Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here, and I'm playing the Barbarian Invasion expansion for Rome Total War multiplayer. This is a Hun versus a Frank battle. I command the Huns, and my opponent is a dudexxxxxxxx blah 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 blah, in command of the Franks. And we will look at my Hunnic army first. Here's my general unit. He commands a Hunnic heavy cav unit, and he wears that cute little red ribbon on his cap. And I command 6 such Hunnic heavy cav units. One was my general, and the other 5 are right here, hidden in the forest. And they are waiting for orders from my Hunnic general. Alright, so let's look at the rest of my Hunnic army. My infantry is composed of 6 units of steppe heavy spearmen, that they are. They're not very good at fighting other infantry units, but they can hold their own against cav units. And now I have my horse archer component. I have 2 units of Hunnic elite warriors, and I will use those 2 squadrons of horse archers to harass my opponent's archers. Now we will look at the Frank army commanded by dudexxxxxxx blah blah blah. So he has 6 units of noble warriors. 1 was right there without upgrades, and the other 5 are in that forest with many upgrades. Then his general unit is it's right here. It's a paladin heavy cav unit, and that's his Frankish general. You can call him Frank. And we will look at his infantry component now. First off, he has 4 units of the Francisca Heerban. Those are probably the best, well, one of the best infantry units in the game. And he gave them 1 experience point each. And next to them are 5 units of Axe Heerban. And in the back ranks, he has 4 units of Horde Hunters. Alright, so keep in mind that both of us are hiding most of our cav units. But my opponent is going to push forward with his Francisca Heerban and his Axe Heerban. Those are his infantry units. And once again, he put all of his, well, most of his upgrades into his cav component, but he also put some in his archery component, and also some experience points in his Francisca Heerban. The cool thing about the Francisca Heerban are their Franciscas. They can actually toss those, and it's very devastating. And you can take a gander at his Axe Heerban right here, and they're being joined by the Francisca Heerban. And all the while, my horse archers are retreating backwards and showering those axemen with their composite bows. And here comes the epic clash of the infantry. And here my opponent tried to use his Franciscas, but I closed the distance so I can minimize the damage from those flying axes. Okay, so in order to protect my infantry, because my infantry is actually inferior to his, I'm going to take 2 of my Hunnic heavy cav units and outflank his infantry. And at this time, my opponent brings out his 5 squadrons of hidden noble warriors from the forest. And so here's my hammer and anvil action. I'm able to rout some of his axemen, and they're bashing in his other side of infantry. That's my general unit, and now I am being chased by his noble warriors there. And it was around this point where I decided to take my hidden component of cav out of the forest. So here they come, out of the forest, as I said. And that's composed of 5 units of the Hunnic heavy cav. And here I have his cav preoccupied with my cav and also my infantry, and that gives the rest of my cav enough time to bash into them. And now that's going to cause a mass rout of his noble warriors. And you can see that's where he put all of his upgrades, or most of his upgrades, into. So with that 1 strike, that pretty much destroyed his army right there. All he has left are his foot archers, of course, and I believe also his general unit, which is the paladin, and whatever units are going to stop retreating here from this previous route. So right here's my general unit. I took him out of the fighting because he was getting whacked by my opponent's noble warriors when they came out of hiding. But I am pushing the rest of my army forward, because you can see my opponent's troops are standing their ground, and a lot of his troops have stopped routing. So I'm throwing all my cav units right into them. And the first unit to resist my attack are his paladins, and that's where his general's at. And I can't really spot him here, but you'll see him in the close-up. First he's fleeing, and now he dies. So there goes Frank. And right there are my Hunnic elite warriors here. I'm going to shower my opponent with my composite bow. Gonna stroll forward here. Bam, 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 bam. And pretty much now it's a matter of chasing down his units. Anyway, you would think the Huns would be like one of the best factions in Barbarian Invasion, but the problem here with the Huns is that they don't give the Huns the like foot archers. And historically speaking, the Huns did dismount sometimes to fire their arrows. You can actually read about it in some of their in some of the old sources about the Hun army. But anyway, here's my heavy step spearmen. And by the way, when the Huns were out in the steppes, that's when they were fighting more like the traditional horse archer army, without any foot unit components. But as they proceeded west, like into the Hungarian plains, that's when they became more and more infantry based. And that was a matter of logistics, the problem of supplying that many horses, and also a matter of necessity, because a lot of their opponents were infantry based. So they became more of a fusion of infantry and horse components. But anyways, I'm chasing down these units that are running away. Mainly his, well, he has some axemen there, but he also has mainly the horde hunters, who are his foot archer units. And here my opponent admits defeat.
And no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved.
That's the end of the battle here. And I wanted to show you guys a Barbarian Invasion battle, because I haven't played it in a while, and I wanted to show you guys what the Huns look like up close. But anyways, that's a clear victory. I'll let you read the results. But yeah, this is not the first time I showed the Huns to you, but this is the first time I showed myself using the Huns, myself. So anyway, I'll just say good game to my opponent, dudexxxxxxxxx blah blah blah, and you can look at the specific battle results right there.